Hey, fact checkers. I'm going to make a statement now, and I want you to thoroughly check this statement out. The statement is, I'm not an expert. I'm just an asshole. So you go ahead and you fact check that, motherfucker. Oh, every time. Every time I look into this election shit, I've listened to a bunch of the hearings, and this is my opinion. The election's bullshit at this point. I mean, so many different witnesses, sworn affidavits, meaning they could go to jail if they're caught lying. Not to mention they're ruining their careers and their lives because they're being attacked, they're being doxxed, they're being, the usual Democrat fucking tactics that we've seen for the past 4 years under Trump. Well, that's in full force. Intimidation, our way or the highway. Democrats, I have come to the conclusion at this point, do not respect our electoral process. It was clear from the day that Trump got in office, and I'm not a Trump fan, y'all, you fucking Trump derangement motherfuckers. If you have Trump derangement syndrome, you can go ahead and fuck off now. I don't need your sub, I don't need your views, I don't even want to talk to you because you're not reachable. I can't reason with you if you have Trump derangement syndrome. I'm sorry, but you got to be able to look at things objectively, and even if you hate Trump's guts, you should not justify cheating on elections, covering shit up, censorship, and fact checkers that are full of shit. All because they're silencing somebody you don't agree with. I'm tired of that. And I'm not the only one that's tired of it. And I think you're going to find that if Biden gets in office, and it damn sure looks like he's going to fucking get in there, that these next 4 years are pretty much just going to be a flip of what we dealt with when Trump got in office. Half the population not accepting him as their president. The difference this time around is we don't necessarily got the media on our side for those of us who will not accept Biden as the legitimate president because of the amount of cheating and evidence. And if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, that's because you're watching CNN, Fox News, and all of them assholes. I've been watching NTD News, by the way, and they have had they're not sitting there telling you what happened necessarily and then fucking giving you their opinion or framing shit. They literally just turn on the fucking camera for the fucking hearings and you just sit there and you watch them or you listen to them. And if you can't be bothered to take the time to listen to that and weigh it on its merits, are you insinuating that all of these people that have endured the ridicule and the sworn testimony and risked their entire fucking reputation and lives to speak out about the corruption in our electoral process, if you're contending they're all colluding to somehow overthrow the government and put Trump in office and all of that horse shit, then I can't fucking reason with you. No one can fucking reason with you. It's really crazy. They're gaslighting the fuck out of people. I watched the video, SuitCaseGate, it's being called now. And if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, it's because you're not getting your information from the right places. But, long story short, they got it on camera. They had sworn affidavits saying that the poll watchers were told to leave in Georgia and that the counting resumed once they were gone. Not only that, but then there was this shady pulling fucking ballots out from under a table. On top of the fact, to begin with, all of the votes counted during that period should not count because they were not done properly according to the statutes of Georgia, which say that it should be observed by both Democrats, Republicans, and even independents, I believe. So you add up all of that shady shit with the way the poll watchers were treated, not allowed to do their job, and that's to make sure a free and fair election, that votes that were legal were counted and illegal, duplicate, dead fucking voters didn't get their votes counted. Yet we have thousands of dead votes counted. And all I'm hearing from the Democrats, you see, usually there's two sides to an argument. One side saying, look at all these witnesses, look at the fucking video, look at this, look at that, look at these fucking fake ballots we found, look at the Dominion voting shit, it's all fucked up. And then all I hear from the Democrats, and they're like, no, it ain't. No, it isn't. No, sorry, no, you're lying. I don't hear anything, the fucking solid proof from the Democrats saying that this was a legit and fair election. They're just saying, we say it's a fair election, so shut the fuck up. That's all I'm hearing from Democrats. Listen to what we're saying. It was a fair election. Nope, Biden won fair and square. Shut the fuck up. That's all I'm getting. I guarantee you underneath this video, there's probably a fucking little tag that says shut the fuck up. In not so many words. That's if Susan even lets this video get out. I don't give a fuck. I'll put it on fucking Odysee and call it a day, and whoever gets to see it gets to see it. But, can you tell I'm fucking triggered today? That's because I'm letting it out. Like, I've been holding this in for 2 days now. So there's that. But I'm not happy. And I heard today that Trump is, starting the transition of power process. Which to me sounds like admitting defeat. Now, I realize some of you are going to be like, well, he could still do it. He could still do it. He's still going to court. He's still got a case. I wish I had the faith you have, but looking at the amount of corruption going on and the attempt to cover it up, and I'm sorry, Democrats, but there's no excuse for it. You should be just as keen on proving the election as everyone else. You spent how many years fucking trying to accuse Trump of the same thing, with it panning out that there was no proof of voter fraud in the beginning. Now there's evidence of other countries dicking around in the fucking election today, and you don't want to hear shit about it. There's evidence that China's involved. There's all kinds of evidence coming up, and yet all you hear from the mainstream media and fact checkers is, no, there's no evidence here, nothing to see here. You didn't just watch that video. You didn't just listen to that fucking couple hours of fucking testimony that went with that video. And the signed affidavit witnesses that were there. You didn't hear that either, did you? No, if you're watching fucking CNN, you didn't hear jack or shit. Sorry. I realize I'm a little overboard today. Like I said, it's been building. But what I said before stands. I know that we're going to probably get Biden here. It's very telling that Trump's throwing open the switch and letting him transition to power. And which means we're getting Harris, not Biden. Biden's already slipped up in his senile fucking thing and said, hey, well, I'll just come down with an illness and Harris will be president. He's pretty much going to do whatever Harris wants anyway. He's probably going to be like the old befuddled guy at the fucking table going, hey, so what do you think, Kamala? Think we should do this? And she's going to be like, yep, but we should also Green New Deal their ass and no more cars and fuck all of that. And he'll be like, okay. Sure. So for those of you cheering that Biden's probably going to win, I hope you're happy. You deserve everything that's going to happen for the next 4 years if Biden's in office. And he got there in an illegitimate election. So when the economy fucking tanks, when you're paying $5 a gallon for gas if you're even allowed to drive your fucking car because it doesn't meet certain standards, when you can't find a fucking job because all the fucking jobs are shipped back over to China and back overseas, when you're forced to be on social programs and welfare, which don't nearly cover the living expenses of life, all while having your freedom of speech restricted of anything that you say and do. That's if you're even lucky enough to open your business or escape this lockdown mentality to where everything you do is, I mean, you don't understand. And the runoff is the only thing standing in the way, and they're already fucking with that. They're already playing dirty games with the runoff election. But make no mistake, if the Democrats control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, we're fucked. It's going to be fucking bend over and take it for fucking how many years? 4 years, maybe even 8. You know, and half the population is going to be not very happy right now. And we'll just say that. I don't want to go so far as to say I don't want to see civil conflict. I still don't. I think even with this corruption, you know, we got to try and solve these problems with the electoral process, if nothing else. If Biden gets in there, so be it. But we still need to fucking plug these holes in our election system. And I hope that we're not too stupid to do that. I mean, explain this to me. This whole fucking, you know, you don't need an ID to vote. You can just fucking verify signatures. We live in the age where if you leave a piece of DNA somewhere, they can tell you who your fucking relatives were fucking 20,000 years ago. And you mean to tell me we can't fucking put a fingerprint or some DNA or some shit on a vote and say, this is my vote? I don't care if it's a mail-in ballot if it has a fucking legit fingerprint and DNA on it. Let it happen. I'm fine with that. Then, you know, at least somebody had to fucking put their thumb on there. And it should be a thumbprint on each fucking thing. Fuck this bubble in shit. No. Get your little ink blotter at Staples, put your fucking thumb on there and put your thumbprint. Thumbprint for Biden, thumbprint for fuck. I mean, is that hard? And then you can literally look up who the hell voted. They can retina scan your ass right now, but yet we're Xeroxing fucking ballots with unknown signatures and shit, with backdated bullshit fucking dates on the envelopes. You don't even know who the fuck voted. There's people that have been voted, that voted twice. There's people who voted who say they didn't vote, but their vote was counted anyway. There's dead people voting. Come on, people. How can you ignore this shit? And I'm speaking to the people who are ignoring this shit. A lot of you are on the same page as me on this. But for those of you who do occasionally poke at me in the comments, calling me a communist or telling me I'm a communist, imagine that, telling me if I don't like the USA, I should leave. I love the USA, and I don't want to see it become Russia and China. I don't want to go over to Russia and China. I don't want this place to become like Russia and China. I want it to be the country that I've served for the majority of my life, both through the military and driving a fucking truck. So fuck anybody that says anything else like that. I want to see this country back to where it was, at the very least. And it wasn't perfect. It was fucked up as shit. There's all kinds of corporate problems and all kinds of things that need solving. But now we're down to the basics on whether or not you have freedom, whether or not your vote matters, whether or not you have a reason to support this society. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the stupidity behind it, the hypocrisy behind it. If this had gone the other way, do you think there'd be fucking investigation after investigation? If any of this shit happened in 2016, how do you think that would have went down? They would have owned that shit. It would be in every fucking newspaper. It would be, well, newspaper. It would be all over the mainstream media. See, it shows you I just went back old school there before the fucking internet. And this is why I say fuck the media and fuck those fact checkers who are trying to gaslight everyone into saying, oh, you didn't see that, it was just normal business you watched in that video. It was proof that corroborated the affidavits which they told the poll workers to leave. And then there's some suspicious activity on top of that, which, yes, the video of itself is not proof. Because in the video, they're taking those fucking things out from under the table, and they're also running the same set of ballots through the machine multiple times, shown in the video. But yet, the fact checkers on Facebook have said, nope, you didn't see that. And because they're not suitcases, they're ballot containers, so this entire thing is wrong. Fuck you, fact checkers. Kiss my ass. Your fact check, whenever I see your stupid fact check under somebody's fucking post, I immediately think 100% the opposite of whatever your fact check was. In fact, I think it's a badge of honor, a badge of truth for somebody telling a story if they get that fact check on there, because that means they're on to something and they don't want you to fucking hear it. I look at fact checks as the opposite. I think the fact check confirms whoever is fucking saying shit is probably on the right track. Maybe not 100%, but hey, if I gotta weigh the evidence, the Democratic Party is guilty. And this is my opinion, you fact-checking fucks. Here's a fact. I have an opinion. And my opinion is based on the evidence presented to me. The Democratic Party is guilty of election fraud. Period. Ban my ass, motherfuckers. Fuck. All right. Let me calm the fuck down. I was holding that in a while. I'm sorry, but I'm tired. I'm so tired of this shit. I really am. And then you throw lockdowns on top of it. You know, no new real lockdowns going on in New York. They expanded the curfew to be no dine-in period after 10 o'clock all statewide or some shit. It does sound like Cuomo is changing his tune to, okay, the vaccine's here, so let's just fucking rely on that. And sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks, he says, they're going to start vaccinating in New York. That's okay. I'm not getting one, but more power to you. If that's what it takes for y'all to shut the fuck up and get back to normal, roll up your sleeves. It's up to you. I'm not doing it, and you know what? It shouldn't matter if I don't do it, if all of you are doing it. You know, if you have a vaccine and I don't have a vaccine, you're protected, I'm not. That's my choice, not yours. Plain and simple, protected by the Constitution as well. Me not being, vaccinated against the fucking virus isn't going to hurt anybody. All right. Now that I've calmed down a little, I'm on my last day. I'm on my load home, and then I will have 4 weeks off for me to pursue my podcast, pursue my videos. That's if this video doesn't get me banned. We'll see. I don't care. Come for me. Come at me. But, if I still have a channel here on YouTube, that's fine. I'm posting this as a fuck you. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the censorship. I'm tired of big tech. I'm tired of fucking being manipulated. I'm tired of people telling me I'm crazy and I didn't hear some shit I just heard or read some shit I just read or saw some shit I just saw. And I'm tired of people lying constantly to support their agenda. I'm sorry. I'm not for it. If the Republicans were doing it, I'd be saying the same thing right now. But almost every fucked up thing that's happened has been supporting the Democrats' position. It's a whole lot of coincidence. If I look around everywhere and I see a bunch of smoke, somewhere there's a motherfucking fire. How big the fire is, I couldn't tell you. But it seems pretty big if you got multiple states with all of these discrepancies in the election. And while I do not have any definitive proof that widespread voter fraud has taken place, it's only because the investigation isn't happening. That's part DOJ ain't looking into it. FBI ain't looking into it. No, it's going on in civil court and in fucking hearings with state legislatures. There is no criminals being prosecuted, despite the fact that these are very serious laws being broken by a whole bunch of motherfuckers. And it's provable. But you can't prove something if you don't fucking investigate it. And the only people investigating it seem to be Trump's lawyers. So, yeah. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. And not immerse myself on a daily basis in the shit. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to get back home. I'm going to get the fucking show on the road. And I'm going to continue learning my skills to survive what's coming. And I'm not happy about what's coming. I don't think anyone watching this is going to be happy, even though you may be happy now because your side won or whatever. Talk to me in 4 years. I bet you'll unless you love this, unless you love socialism and communism and loss of freedoms that you used to have and can't run your business and you're taxed up to your fucking eyeballs. You know, if that's you and you like that, well, congratulations, you're getting your way, it seems. For the rest of us, well, we'll find ways to deal with it. We'll find ways to... There's always cracks in the system to which I could fall through. You know, I know how to live in a vehicle. I know how to survive on low income, which is the last place that they're looking to fuck with, because that's their voting base. And, you know, is what it is. I got to survive. And so do all of you. So, you know, is it the end of the world? Not really. I don't think so. I think it'll be mildly worse than the 8 years under Obama. So if you were happy under Obama, maybe you'll be all right with the next 4 years. But from the sounds of it, they're going far beyond anything Obama was doing. We're talking far beyond. And I believe this corruption is always here. I believe the establishment has infected both sides, Republican and Democrat. I'm not giving Republicans a pass here. But straight up, you know, this is our future, whether we like it or not. And I don't see anybody standing up to it at this point. You know, Trump's standing up to it, but there's no other government agency or politician that really seems to be standing up to it that I can see. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Show me in the comments the politician that's looking out for us. I hear crickets chirping and shit. So, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Trump pulls something out of his ass in court, and then at the 11th hour we get the Hail Mary that wins the game. But I don't think that's going to happen. Let's be fucking realistic, people. I mean, they've gone this far. The media wants it to happen. The Democrats are closing their eyes to all the bullshit as long as their team wins. Doesn't matter if they cheated. We're good. Nothing to see here. And if everyone's okay with that, and I guess we're just going to see how life progresses from here. Very progressively and shit. So, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this triggered video. This was extra triggered. I know some of you enjoy extra triggered. This was extra triggered. You know, I feel like I feel let down by the entire thing. You know, I feel like I wasted a lot of time serving this country only to see it fucking go in this direction. You know, how many people lost their lives to defend our freedom? And here we are today. I can't speak my mind without fear of retribution. I can't go and come and go as I please. I cannot gather peaceably with my friends without worrying about getting arrested, like the bar in fucking Staten Island. I cannot, have full command of my own personal health. Where do we stop? They're telling us who we can and can't have in our homes. They're telling us all this fucking shit. Oh, and it's for our own protection. Yet more people are dying in car accidents right now than COVID. Imagine that. Yet we still drive. I can't tell you how many times I've almost been killed this week. Didn't stop motherfuckers from driving. But yet, can't go to a restaurant, can't sit in a bar, can't go out past 10, which I still don't get. COVID somehow becomes very virulent after 10. This is like I Am Legend and shit. All right, I think that's done enough ranting and raving. I've squeezed it all in. So this will be my last fucking day out here on the road, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope we turn this shit around. And for those of you who completely disagree with me on this, I'm sorry that you're being led astray by the media, and I hope at some point you wake up. But I honestly don't think everyone that is cheering for this election right now, and saying Biden's our president well before it was decided, I do not. I don't think you'll wake up until you hit rock bottom. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope maybe Biden has a change of heart. Maybe Kamala decides not to fuck us. So I don't know. Maybe we win the runoff election and then we have a lame duck presidency. Nothing gets done. That's actually the best case scenario at this point, I think. But I do believe the integrity of our elections have been irrevocably damaged. Because, like I said before, no matter who comes out on top right now, that is, half the population's not going to have respect for the election. And it's pretty much the Democrats' fault at this point. If you wouldn't have fucked around and Biden won fair and square, we would have accepted it. We accepted Obama, for fuck's sakes. And you guys didn't accept Trump. Wasted countless fucking years fighting, trying to get him out of there. And now you're cheating an election to fucking do it, and it's fucking bullshit. All my opinions, once again, fact checkers. I'm not an expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. Take your fact checks and shove them right up your ass. I don't fucking care. All your fact checks do now is tell me that whatever I'm watching is fucking probably onto something and real. Because you seem to be pretty one-sided with those fact checks. It's pretty blatantly obvious that your fact checks are fucking horse shit. All right. Try. Try and have a nice fucking day. I'm not even going to do my normal spiel at the end of this. And, like and subscribe, hit the bell and shit for more shit. Check out ScottTheTruckDriver.com. Sign up for my free email list so that when this video gets me banned, you can at least find my shit. And, we'll go from there. Have a nice motherfucking day and shit. And fuck Cuomo, too. He's a big piece of shit, too. Fucker.